tonight I'm making loaded nachos. I have my beef right here. I actually pre-cooked this a couple of days ago and seasoned it. I cooked it in the oven, that's why it's still in that rectangular form. So I have my beef right here. In the beef, I'm going to put diced tomatoes with green chilies. I'm also going to put the salsa con queso. I have 2 of those, but this one isn't a whole one, so I'm going to add a little cheese. You don't have to add pepper jack cheese or any type of cheese if you don't want, but I want to stretch it a little bit since I don't have enough. So I'm going to add some cheese and milk to make it stretch. So that's a little tip for you. If you don't have enough of the con queso salsa or the con queso sauce, you can add a cheese like pepper jack or American cheese and some milk, and it'll stretch it out a little bit. But you don't want to add too much milk because you don't want it to be really, really watered down. The back here, I'm going to put my bell peppers with some olive oil. This is going to be a really quick meal because I pre-cooked the meat already. Put my black beans over here. I'm going to heat these up separately. First, I'm going to drain a little bit of the juice off. So black beans are going in here. Season your black beans with whatever you want to season it with. If you have chili lime seasoning, you can go with that. Garlic, you can go with that. Any type of seasonal. So you definitely want some type of seasoning on your black beans. I'm going to put garlic powder, some chili lime seasoning, and then I'm going to put a little Creole seasoning on it. So whatever you want to season your beans with is fine. No big deal. But you definitely want some type of seasoning on it. My ground beef, when I cooked it, I put garlic powder and black pepper with Creole seasoning. So my bell peppers, these are actually just going to go on top of the nachos for color and because I love bell peppers. So that's actually to the consistency I want them at. I slice them really thin. These are done. So I'm gonna let my ground beef heat up. And then I'll add the diced tomatoes with the salsa con queso. And I'm also going to put a half a pack of the taco seasoning in with this. We want that cheese sauce with the beef to be seasoned perfectly. I want it to taste really good. Okay, so my meat is warmed up. I broke it into pieces. And remember, you don't have to use ground beef. You can do chicken. You can make like a fajita chicken. You can do fajita beef with flank steak. But if you're gonna do that, make sure you do your cheese sauce separately so you can kind of pour the cheese sauce over the beef. But what I'm doing is putting the cheese in with my beef. So with the cheese sauce, if you do that, decide to do fajita chicken or the fajita beef, the flank steak, you would put your salsa con queso, your diced tomatoes, and your taco seasoning all together in one pot or pan. And you would make sure your chicken is cut or your beef is cut. Make sure it's seasoned, cooked. And then you would put the beef or the chicken over your nachos and then pour the cheese sauce over it. So kind of the same thing, but different steps with the cheese sauce. So I'm going to add my salsa con queso, and remember I said you gotta have a spatula to get all of that goodness out. And you don't have to use salsa con queso for your nachos. You can use Velveeta. I'll do a different type of nacho for y'all one day. But for today, we're gonna make it easy and use salsa con queso. Pretty much already made for you. Making your life easy. And this is the weekend, so I want my life to be as easy as it possibly can be. It up a little bit. Add some of my pepper jack. Probably do 4 slices and then just add a little milk. And it doesn't have to be sliced cheese. This is just what I had on hand. Remember, this is quarantine time, so we're trying to use what's in the house. We don't want to have to run out to get one ingredient for the nachos. That is crazy. Half a pack of taco seasoning. This taco seasoning is amazing. If you do not have it, make sure you always have some on hand. Then our diced tomatoes with green chilies. You already have seasoning on your meat. My ground beef was already seasoned, and then I just added taco seasoning to it. So you don't want it to be too salty, but you can always taste it to see how it is. So remember, you always always have to season to taste. So if it's not seasoned enough for you, add some more seasoning to it. So my beans are warmed up. I'm gonna take those, turn it off. So that's the beans with the garlic and the chili lime. And my cheese sauce is still warming up a little bit. It doesn't look like I need to add any milk to this. If I added milk, it might be too soupy. It's perfect without adding milk to it. Okay, so believe it or not, this meal actually just took me, since the meat was already pre-cooked, like I said, I cooked it a couple of days ago. Not a couple of days ago. I cooked it yesterday. This meal actually just took me probably 15 minutes.